Back with breaking updates coming in as the Supreme Court had wrapped the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi over the Delhi meerut RRTS. Now the Aam Aadmi Party government has decided to release the funds. Remember, previously in this month, the Supreme Court had slammed the Arvind Kejriwal-led Delhi government for expressing its inability to contribute funds for the construction of the regional rapid transit system. Legal editor Harish Nair on the broadcast with the details. Harish, after the Supreme Court wrap, now the government is all set to release the funds for the project.
Yes, that's right, Pratibha. Some interesting development as far as this controversy is concerned after coming in under fire from Supreme Court, as rightly put, on July 3rd for not providing funds for our RRTS project while spending crores of rupees for its advertisements. Delhi government has now agreed to release rupees 415 crore for the Delhi meerut RRTS within, in fact, 2 months, the Abhishek Mani Singhi stated for Delhi government. This, the Delhi government said in an affidavit, this evoked a dig from the bench. Justice Sanjay Kishan calls that your 1 year advertisement budget is more than you are giving for the project. The Supreme Court was referring to the paltry amount of rupees 415 crore when the Delhi government, in fact, according to the Supreme Court, spent 1,100 in the last 3 years for the advertisements. The bench said we are constrained to pass last order only because state government throwing its hands up in contributing their share. We put it to the Delhi government council if 1,100 crores can be used for advertisement for last 3 years. Certainly, more contribution can be made to infra projects. The Supreme Court bench said senior counsel fairly states that state has agreed to make budgetary provision for the projects in question. According to the schedule laid down, we accept the statement of the state government. So, as you rightly said, the Supreme Court had on July 3rd directed the Delhi government to file an affidavit within 2 weeks disclosing the funds used for advertisements in the last 3 financial years. Supreme Court passed order on being apprised that the Delhi government is not making contribution towards the RRTS project due to budgetary constraints. The Supreme Court bench was informed that Delhi government is not ready to contribute towards the project, particularly towards the Delhi-Panipat corridors. It was proceeded to send the matter to the commission appointed in this regard so that a decision can be taken. And so now, after coming under fire from the Supreme Court, the Delhi government has agreed to release rupees 415 crore for the Delhi meerut RRTS. But Supreme Court questioned your 1 year advertisement budget is in fact more than what you have offered. Back to you.
Absolutely. But Harish, it was a complete loss of face for the Aam Aadmi Party government during the hearing on July 3rd because the Supreme Court had pointed out that the taxpayers' money is being blown up for these ads. But then finally, when it comes to development, the Aam Aadmi Party government is putting its hands up. In fact, the Supreme Court said in as many words that the government has expressed inability to fund the NCR Rapid Rail project, yet it seems to be spending on ads completely.
Yes, that's right, Pratibha. Supreme Court, when the same judge, Justice Sanjay Kishan Kaul, had on July 3rd directed the Delhi government to file an affidavit within 2 weeks disclosing the funds used for advertisement in the last 3 financial years, and that questioned when it can spend so much of taxpayers' money, like a whopping amount of 1,100 crores in the last 3 years, and the Supreme Court said it had proof of it. That is a very significant statement, and so after that, pulling up that, in fact, that wrap, now the Delhi government has agreed to pay rupees 415 crore for the time being in 2 months. So Delhi government finally falling in line after the Supreme Court wrap, and Supreme Court has taken very serious view of the matter, or the fact that they said that they had budgetary constraints as far as RRTS is concerned, a publicly beneficial project, but at the same time they are paying 1,100 crores. 1,100 crores in the last 3 years they have spent on advertisements. In fact, they have a precious taxpayers' money, as you rightly put.
Okay, all right. Going through what the Supreme Court had said previously, the Supreme Court had slammed the Arvind Kejriwal-led government for expressing its inability to contribute funds for the construction of the regional rapid transit system and directed it to furnish the details of the funds that have been spent on ads in the last 3 financial years. Big embarrassment for the Aam Aadmi Party government, after which now the government has decided to release money for the project. The government will be releasing 415 crores for the project after the Supreme Court had asked it categorically to spend for the project. In fact, a bench comprising Justice S.K. Kaul and Justice Sudhanshu Dhulia had directed the Aam Aadmi Party government. Let's cut across now to the Parliament.